Antwan, thanks for coming on the podcast.
No worries at all.
So we're at the delivery conference. How's it been for you so far?
Yeah, it's good. It's always a great opportunity to network. I think this is my fourth or fifth one, so it's great to see some of the carriers, kind of see what innovation's going on in the market, and obviously listen to some of the keynote speakers as well. It's a really good opportunity once a year to take time out and come and
Which speakers have you listened to so far?
So actually, funnily enough, someone that used to work with me, his name's Sham. He just had one downstairs as well, which is really good to see. And then my boss is on in 45 minutes.
All right, okay.
So I'll be interested to go and see that.
Nice, yeah. We'll keep it short and sweet then.
Yeah, cool.
So you don't be late for the boss's one. And Sham, where's he now?
He works for a customer. He was the head of customer services, and he works for a customer services company as well. But he's also got his little company on the side, which is the CX Way.
Oh, right.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
trying to do his own thing.
Well, just for everyone watching it, so just give us a quick intro into you, who you are, what you're doing, and sort of where you're working at the minute.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm Antwan, Senior Fulfilment Manager at Selfridges. Been in the role about a year now. Been with Selfridges for 5 years.
Yeah.
And essentially manage the carrier network, the logistics, and then also manage a small fulfillment operation in one of our stores as well.
Got you. Interesting. And like before Selfridges, what was the journey like, and getting into where you're at now?
So I've been in warehousing logistics for the last 15 years. Started all the way at the bottom, to be honest. Funnily enough, it was a bit of a part-time job. I was self-employed, and I thought I'll go and get a bit of agency work on the side. Started off in manufacturing, and kind of just the minute I went there, I just kept kind of moving up the ladder, and thought actually this is something I can see myself doing long term.
Mega.
And then Selfridges 5 years. I was DHL supply chain for about 10 years before that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So at what level did you come in at Selfridges?
Carrier manager at Selfridges.
Was you? Right.
Yeah, carrier manager.
Got you. I guess you had the wide berth of DHL supply chain, working with multiple.
That's the thing, and I worked across so many different industries, whether it was manufacturing, logistics, retail, supply chain specialists. I've worked across many different contracts.
Yeah.
More on the 3PL side, but understanding what the customer needed and all of the different industries. So it's definitely put me in good stead to do what I'm doing.
I feel like I'm going to ask you what's better, the being on the carrier, the DHL side, or the retail side, but I feel like you're going to have to give us a biased answer here.
Much better being the customer.
Yeah.
So you obviously learn lots of things when you're doing the 3PL piece. That's like that. The knowledge that you get from doing that and the experience, I wouldn't change that for anything. But coming over to be the customer and sort of being the one that makes the decision maker with certain things is definitely much better. I prefer it anyway. I won't be going back in a hurry.
Yeah. I.e., like you're probably the one who's gone from whining and dining and spending all the money on the all that to probably getting offered to go out and do all of those nice bits. No, nice. And I guess, what would you say then? Did you always know you wanted to go into the carrier management side, or?
No, to be honest, and when I did move over to be carrier manager, it was different from what I'd been doing before. I hadn't really looked after parcels. Mine was more about pick and pack operations, just-in-time delivery, but really fast-paced manufacturing was my background.
Right.
But you have that sense of urgency once you work in those kind of environments. So coming over and putting your knowledge and your expertise into sort of moving parcels through the network and looking after the customer, it's kind of very similar, to be honest. But I didn't always know this is something I wanted to do, but when the opportunity came up, it was took it straight away.
And then what would you say the most challenging part of your role is?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'll probably say that the challenging part, you have to get a balance between customer experience and cost, and I think it's getting the balance right, because you can spend a chunk of money and trying to give the customer the best experience, but you don't end up reaping the rewards of it financially. At the same time, you don't want to degrade service to a point where actually you lose customer loyalty and you don't have those returning customers. So I think it's the balance of understanding what customers want, trying to give customers the best possible experience, whilst also remaining cost conscious.
Got ya. And then, what do you think makes a good carrier manager?
Me?
Yeah.
Again, it's listening to the customer. It's understanding whether it's through customer services, whether it's through like net promoter score and those kind of things. Understanding the customer's pain points.
Yeah.
But it's also about staying like really close to the market and understanding like what's new, like being the first to do something. And just being on the front foot all of the time. It's forever changing, the sort of delivery network and what customers want and customers' expectations. So it's about being at the forefront of anything that's up and coming and try and be the first ones to do it.
Got you. And obviously, managing carriers, I take it, is that across like global network?
Yeah, worldwide. So UK is obviously the biggest piece of it because of the nature of what we do, but yeah, be 135 countries worldwide. Right. There's a lot.
Okay. And what would you say were you warmed into that? I.e., like, is it X amount of carriers and then, it grows from there, or were you just thrown in the deep end?
To be honest, by the time I came on board into my role, we'd already had an established sort of network of countries that we'd ship to. So, but at the same time, that's not saying that things haven't evolved and changed while I've been in role. Yeah. I mean, some countries are a lot more advanced with like the PUDO points and those kind of things. So again, it's just understanding what customers in each individual country want and trying to give them the best possible experience.
Got ya. Geographically, what would you say is the hardest country to manage?
At the moment, US.
Loaded question.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably say navigating through all the tariffs and those kind of things is probably one of the challenges at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think outside of that as well, the EU market as well, quite tough as well. Since Brexit, so that was a completely different landscape before Brexit. So yeah, I'd probably say those two are the main call-outs. Okay.
And then what would you say is the most exciting? If there's like e-com development and, for what's going on out there, is there anything you think?
I'm going to say, I think Middle East is a really interesting one. It is a key region for us. And it's just the different types of products that they buy in those kind of countries. So dangerous goods, fragrance, perfumery, those kind of things. I'll probably say that's a really interesting one at the moment, that particular region.
And with DHL supply chain, when you were there, were you, was there any like, were you just spread across brands, or was it like, because I know Selfridges, luxury market, was it more just mixed?
Yeah, I'd worked across many different contracts, to be perfectly honest. Manufacturing, so car industry, automotive industry, I worked there. Okay. Also, a lot more of your groceries and those kind of things, and so it's completely different.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Completely different.
Yeah, I thought there might have been a transition of like, you were working e-com, retail, then jumped into more that on the brand side. But
it's just like, I have a strange analogy of it, and I always say like you basically walking up and down the shopping aisle with your shopping basket, and you're just putting all these different things in there, and that's basically how I've seen my career. Like I've worked somewhere, been on aisle 1, I've taken those experiences, gone to aisle 2, taken those, put those in my basket, and I think all of it amounts to the end product of yourself. Taking all these different experiences from all the different industries and environments you've worked in, and kind of coming to a point where you feel like you're established and know what you're doing.
Okay. And like, interestingly, you say that you started off, pretty much entry level, and you've worked your way up. And like 3PL, not a lot of people probably get to, look under the hood of what that looks like working in that kind of environment. What do you think like a good boss in 3PL, in fulfillment, looks like?
You've got to have the understanding of sort of the challenges on the shop floor, and obviously the higher up you get, become less close to the shop floor, which is understandable. But you still need to be intact of what the challenges are, and just really understand the day to day and the ins and outs of it, because you're not going to be able to make any informed decisions if you don't understand the nuts and bolts of an operation. Yeah,
and where you're at now, have you got plans to go past where you're currently at?
Yeah, look, I'm ambitious, always have been ambitious, and I don't know what that looks like in the near future or a little bit further down the line. But yeah, there's most definitely there's growth within me. I haven't finished, the journey's not over. Yeah. What that looks like, I don't know. I guess the future will tell, but definitely like to keep progressing.
I'm just seeing you up for promotion, so if that all pulls off,
there you go. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you'll have to slide me a nice one.
Not a problem.
No, and then I guess technology. Yeah. So what do you think, because again, you've said 10 years DHL supply chain, you're now 5 years in Selfridges. What does tech look like in the advancement from 10 years ago to now? What would you say is?
I think the level of automation that there is in warehouses. So, I mean, when I first started years ago, automotive, everything was very manual. It was pallet trucks, reach trucks, pump trucks, all those sort of things. And actually visited an operation a couple of months ago, and to see the level of automation which was in this particular warehouse is absolutely mind blowing. So there's obviously a significant investment in those kind of things, and they're not always fit for all warehouses, but just to see what can be done, the art of the possible with like top spec automation, that kind of blows my mind. But also the use of AI as well, that's a big thing that's been coming over the last couple of years. I think that's a really interesting one to stay close to. Like, we're really early in the journey of AI. And there's no doubt in my mind that that'll be something that just becomes more integral over the next few years.
And do you think it's going to be less people heavy, you know, like more robotic? Is that sort of the way? And what do you think of that? Like, do you think that's a good thing? Do you think it's a...
Look, I think you will always need people, and I'm a big advocate for needing people. So I don't think that side will ever go away, but there's some warehouses there that are pretty much not 100%, but very close to being 100% automated, where there's not many people there, and it's all done by robots. But I guess it's each their own, isn't it? There's a logic behind these kind of things, and if that's the vision and that's the way that a particular company is going, who am I to kind of say otherwise?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, I'm going to round off on some quick fire questions. So
I mean, I have to answer quick fire as well.
Yeah, as best of your ability. They might catch you off guard a little bit, but who's been your best boss and why?
I'm not just saying this because you're probably going to see it, but my current boss, 100%. She's massively experienced. As I said, when I first came over, I didn't really know about the industry. She's introduced me to so many different people. She's really well known within the industry as well. Any level of guidance she needs, she's always there. So I'm going to say my current boss.
Big support.
100% big support, massively knowledgeable.
Right, interesting. And if you were to go back to Antwan, you know, back beginning of DHL or just before you started, like, what advice would you give him? And what?
I'd probably just have more confidence in myself, to be perfectly honest. I think I kind of just, through the ability that I had, I kind of just stumbled into doing various bits and pieces and ended up getting promotions that way. But I guess if I could look in the future and realise where I started and where I would end up, I'd just have more confidence, and I'd probably just grab it quicker and just do that little bit more, knowing that it was going to be more of a career than kind of just a short-lived thing, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, thank you for coming on.
No worries.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and hopefully, you're not going to miss the boss's talk.
But thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
Nice one. Cheers.